Hans Herren. I'm the president of the Millennium Institute based in Arlington, Virginia, where we help countries think long-term. That is, to make better plans for their long-term development or sustainable development. And what we do, we train the people in the ministries of planning and development and different ministries, line ministries, to develop simulation models based on system dynamics so they can play scenarios. So play scenarios 5, 10, 20 years down the road for them to have a better view on what should the policies be to actually meet like the MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, or any of the goals they have set up to do. Another activities I'm doing, or was doing, was the co-chair of the International Assessment of Agricultural Knowledge, Science and Technology for Development. This is an assessment of basically where is agriculture today, looking 50 years back in terms of science and technology and knowledge. And so what do we need to do in the next 50 years to deal with the issues of food security, nutrition security, and also the environment. The report was sponsored by the major UN agencies, OECD countries, and put together also people from the private sector as well as NGOs. Over a period of 4 years, 400 people wrote about 2,000 pages on the status of agriculture. I like to call it sort of the IPCC for agriculture. So it's the #1 report who lines out what are the key issues in agriculture today and what are the options for action to actually deal with food insecurity, with the billion people who are hungry, with the environmental degradation, and also with agriculture being part of the climate change problem instead of being part of the solution. So the report has different volumes. It has been condensed down to a number of summary for decision makers, which is an easy sort of look up on, I have a problem, what can I do for policymakers? And it's been out now since April 2008. It's being incorporated in many governments when they plan for their new research agenda, that's what it is meant to be helping. But also in terms of longer-term policies in agricultural research and technology development. So that report, to me, looks at least like shows the way forward in terms of a different type of agriculture. Actually, the report calls for a changing of the course of agriculture away from this industrial, sort of conventional, energy-intensive agriculture to an agriculture which is linked into the system, which is multifunctional, which is ecological. And an agriculture close to the people, which will deal also with social problems and also the environmental problems, and not only sort of the economics of producing more food. And I think that's the bottom line of this report, very important, that we need to change the course of the way we do agriculture, and that we have to pay more attention to where agriculture is done, by whom and where.